What's up, YouTube? Just a quick cap of this motorcycle experience. I bought a 2020 Street Glide Special Performance Orange with about 1,000 miles on the dash from Harley Davidson, Old Pueblo Harley Davidson in Tucson, Arizona. Did all the paperwork and everything, got everything done. And now this is my first time using the shipping company to try to ship, the motorcycle to Pennsylvania from Arizona. I tried to go with a lesser price. It was a cluster. It was around $700-800 of truck drivers and brokerage companies, you want to call them. They the companies that pretty much reach out to individual drivers. So it was like an $800 cluster, and it was like a $1,200 cluster. Long story short, I went with a $700 guy. He couldn't find me a truck, so I was just like, man, I'm not dealing with this guy. Then I left a deposit for like an $800 brokerage company to find me a truck driver. They said $800 to get it done, enclosed trailer. The 5 days that was on their contract where I left my deposit was up. I gave them 6 days. They still couldn't get a driver, so I requested my money back. At this point, I reached out to someone else that was saying like $800-900, and they wound up telling me, yo, if you want an enclosed trailer, we can get it picked up this Saturday, but it's gonna be $1,200, not $800. And I'm like, okay, let's just do it. So apparently, another trucking company left me a message like, yeah, you can find cheaper people, but those cheaper ones, the only time a truck driver is gonna pick that up is if either somebody cancel on them or they just happen to have like an extra spot, somebody on their truck, but they're not gonna make it a priority. So you're gonna have a hard time actually getting your stuff delivered, and that's pretty much what my experience was. So for anybody in the market for that, if you get a cluster that's kind of like a few $100 more, it's worth it to just go with them to start, because the truck drivers, they're actually going to pay the truck drivers more money. So now the truck driver is going to make it a priority for their stop and not just be like, nah, I'm not doing it for that little bit of money. Because the one company that was cheaper was like, we're going to offer the truck drivers a little bit more money and see if we can get one to pick it up. So y'all charging me $800. How much y'all keeping and how much y'all trying to give to the truck drivers? Like, that's why, So that's just a little lesson there. Long story short, I got it shipped. It got here. The battery was dead. The dealer said he told him how to put it in transport mode, but that didn't happen. So the battery was totally dead. We tried to jump it. We got it started a little bit. It died as soon as we took the jump box off. I took the battery to AutoZone, have him charge it for a few hours, bring it back, hook it up. The bike crank still won't start. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to just buy a new battery. Kind of find out the battery was 5 years old anyway, 2019. I called the dealer like, yo, this battery is 5 years old. I got to replace. I'm replacing it anyway. But hey, y'all sold me this bike. The battery from 2019. It's 2024. I don't know if y'all be able to help me out. No, nothing we can do. Oh, okay, cool. All right. I'm just asking. Get the battery, put the battery in, and the bike just cranks and it still won't start. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? Long story short, I take it. I call Barb's Harley Davidson and Stars and Stripes Harley Davidson, since they're both local to me. Stars and Stripes said, bring it the same day, and we can look at it tomorrow. Barb's is like April 17th, which is like another week or two. I'm not. I just got the bike, brand. Like, I didn't even get a chance to start it and ride it yet. I want to get this thing looked at ASAP. So long story short, I got it towed to Stars and Stripes. Spin Cycle, I believe, is the name. They was there in like 30 minutes. I called him. He's like, I can be there in 30 minutes. I'm like, cool. Paid him. He picked it up, tossed it over there. Long story short, Stars and Stripes actually looked at the bike the same day. And he said he got his top mechanic on, and he was stumped while it's just cranking and not starting. They changed like the BCM, ECU, did all these diagnostics, checking everything on the bike, can't figure it out. Long story short, the next day, which would have been the Saturday, they found out that it got started because the spark plugs was fouled. The bike has 4 spark plugs. 2 of them the tank has to be removed to get the 2 of them. So the bill was about like $450 or something. But he said I was paying for all the hours that the mechanic was, diagnosing it, because they wouldn't have thought that it was spark plugs, because I guess the bike was so new and didn't have any miles on it. So it was kind of like, it was kind of baffled by that. But neither here nor there. I got the bike back. I pick it up from the dealer on Saturday. I ride home. Everything good. I'm just so happy to actually be riding the bike for the first time after going through all of this, that I didn't even realize until like a little bit later into my ride At this moment, the shop is closed. So I went there right before it was about to close. The red security light was on the whole time I was riding. I asked my dad, "Hey, does your red security light stay on?" He's like, "Nah." So I Googled it, and it's saying that you might have an electrical problem. Check and see if your brake lights work. I checked, and my brake lights did not work. The tail lights came on, the brake lights did not work. So I'm like, man, here we go. So fortunately, Stars and Stripes, the service department is open on Sunday for like quick stuff. So I told him what happened. It was a different advisor there. Joe was my original service advisor. He's good people, and I mean it seemed like everybody there is good people at Stars and Stripes. They brought the bike in. Kind of found out when they unplugged the ECU or changed BCM or whatever it is they did, it lost the connection between the key fob because my bike was also, my bike was also starting without my key being present. My key was in the house and my bike was still starting. So they just programmed the key to the ECU, BC, like they did, set everything up where it's all paired together, and that took care of all the problems. My brake lights work now. It's crazy how all this electronic stuff, it's not even like a brake light switch. You press the brake, it goes to the brain, and then the brain tells the brake light to go on. So, and that wouldn't even work right if it didn't detect that the proper key was linked to it, or it's just crazy. But that's why I rather just take it to a dealer because I don't, it's too much electronic stuff. So I rode away there. Everything was good. The bike was 100%. I was happy. Took a ride out to Allentown, this place called Yule's Oyster House. I was trying to get some people to ride with me, but it's all good. I took the ride solo, about an hour ride on the expressway. It was a wonderful feeling. I love the bike. Totally different feeling than my night train. I had an awesome time, great food. And then I came on back. And then I'll post another video pretty much of all the stuff that I did to the bike. So that's just kind of a recap on, the first video that I'm going to try to put out for it, which is taking delivery and actually what I had to go through to actually ride the bike. So apparently when we was jump starting it and cranking it, I guess spark plugs got fouled about too much fuel being sprayed on them or something. I don't know. But another thing too, I'm in the Philadelphia area. If it's anybody that's in Philly, Jersey, Delaware, because we got people that's like in Delaware, anywhere that want to ride. We are not a motorcycle club. We are just a group of adults, a group of people, women and men, that like to just take a ride out on a Sunday, get something to eat. We usually take the back roads there, be about 2-hour ride. Sometimes it can be shorter, 1-hour ride, take back roads, slow, scenic route. And then we usually take the highway back, which is one of my favorites because I like to, ride on the highway, downshift, get a little, boogie on, get a little speed, little pep in the step. We usually have a group of people that like to do that and a group of people that like to sit back and cruise. So everybody kind of just stay with whoever they like to stay around, and we break off when we go home. But we're on WhatsApp. Our group is called Royal Riders. If any of you guys are interested in joining us, we welcome you with open arms. Like I said, we just adults, old, young. We got riders that's 68, damn near 70 years old that still ride. We riders as young as probably like 30. Like I said, men and women, and just have a good time in riding season. Just a group of people just want to have a good time. We got a couple trips planned. We got Virginia, Shenandoah Park, Skyline Drive, Blue Ridge Parkway, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got 2 trips planned: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back Sunday afternoon, leave Friday morning, pretty much. If you guys want to be a part of the family, come on, let's ride out. The more the merrier. Just leave a comment. We can get in touch. I can figure out how to get you up on the WhatsApp. With that being said, have a good day.